Hello, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Danielle.
And Brooke. Welcome back for another episode with the gals.
With the gals. We're doing a good old Q&A today. You guys asked some great questions of all different ranges.
Yes.
So we're excited we like to do these, semi-annually. Probably more than that.
Quarterly.
Quarterly. I'd say quarterly, probably.
Yeah, that's good.
To do a little check-in, a little pop-in. How we doing? Like, what's new with the gals? Answering questions that we think you guys know the answers to, but maybe you don't. Stuff like that.
Yeah, there's always a theme with, the frequent questions, too. So then, we know that you really want it.
Yeah, we're like, oh, my gosh, you asked us again. All right.
Yes. All right,
noted.
well, we've got it.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. So just also, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, please give us a rating, a review, whatever makes you happy, and subscribe to us on Gals on the Go podcast YouTube channel.
Thank you for the plug, Danielle.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better about that.
I know, you're so good.
People forget that we have a video version.
And it's so fun to just pop on your screen. Some people like to, maybe start on audio, go to video, like the audio to video pipeline.
I knew that was coming. No, it's a great pipeline, Our video doesn't go up until around 1 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, whereas our audio comes out a little bit earlier. So definitely keep that in mind. But you could, watch our podcast on Thursday morning when you're getting ready for work or school or whatever you have.
Or your cuppa.
Your cuppa, your morning cuppa. We'd love to have you.
I met a large group of gals who were 21. They're in college and they listen to the pod. And I feel like that's a theme of a lot of pod listeners have been more late college, early adulthood, kind of in that era. So thank you, gals, for being in that transitional era of your life with us. It's very fun.
We're so happy. We're so happy you're here. I don't know why I keep saying
so
that,
happy.
but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately that are just kind of not like ours because we're unique, right? But just I love listening to other podcasts of just gals chatting. It's my favorite type of podcast to listen to. So I'm happy to be a part of that.
Same. So if we could be in your chatty bunch, be sure to share us on Instagram if you want. Screenshot. We love the shares. Always get so unique. If you guys are on your walks or if you are cleaning your apartment or home, I guess, whatever you're doing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love when you guys do your little hot girl walk with our podcast in the corner. It's so aesthetically pleasing.
So cute.
We really appreciate it. So just want to say thank you guys so much for the love. We literally met a listener on our walk here and it makes our entire life.
So sweet.
Yeah. So should we just chat about our weekend?
Yeah, I think we should.
I don't even know.
It's weekend. Danielle's been doing summer in the city. I was out of town. I feel like people are why aren't the girls together?
Oh my God, so many questions about that.
I know. So there's nothing to address. It's literally it's summer. We're both going to be out of town at different times. We have also a 2-week stint where we're going to be together coming up. So
prepare to be sick of us.
Yeah. I feel like we've just both been doing our own things. You're doing this video series, so tell us about it. You've been doing such unique activities, I will say.
People are this is not what the average New York City resident does daily. And I was I'm fully aware of that, by the way. I'm just
is that what people think you were
trying?
They're
I'm okay, well, that would, be different. And I am doing some of those things, but obviously a hot tub boat isn't a day-to-day activity.
Of course, on Sundays we go on hot tub boats.
Yes, of course. But of course. Yeah, no. There's just been so many things I want to try ever since I've been following along New York bucket lists on Instagram and stuff. Before I even moved to New York, there was all these things I've been saving up to do, and I was what better than to do a 2-week video series where I try different things every day and bring friends along, whatever. So I did a couple fun things this week. I'll just get into it. I wrote them down.
Oh, you did, day by day.
Kind of, but they're kind of not all in the same order. I started city biking. I can't remember. Did I already talk about that?
No, you didn't. And I really want you to get into this biking journey of yours because I followed along with I didn't dock it properly and
yes, there was the drama. Yes. People were really how is it going? Did you get? So yeah, I love city biking now. Let me not say I'm obsessed because there's definitely certain roads that I'm not comfortable on. If there's not a bike path, it's a little bit more stressful, especially around where we live, East Village. There's not bike paths.
I was gonna say that's it. It's you're taking your life into your own hands.
Yes, you have to be
Village, yes.
definitely aware of your surroundings, but it has been pretty efficient a few times. And I was I want to walk home, but it's far, but I don't want to be in a car and I want to save some money. It's been nice. So me thinking I'm saving money, taking the bike from Meatpacking to East Village, and I docked the bike. I'm boom, boom, $4, make you holler. And sure enough, I get a notification 5 hours later, your bike is still in progress. Is that for real? I'm well, if you guys are thinking it, then obviously not. And the bike hasn't moved. It's still there. So Ryan goes out there. I asked him to.
Oh, does it have a tracker on it?
It does have a tracker where it is, but not like exactly which bike it is. There's a whole, I don't remember which, so he's out there and he's on the phone with me. He's pulling out each one, seeing if any of them come out. All of them are locked. And I'm like, I know I docked it there. And then I went out the next morning, still couldn't figure it out. I'm being charged, $150 at this point. Hate it. So I finally like filed a complaint. It took a while, but they finally locked it. So then I could take another bike.
Wait, did they? So no refund?
And refund, yes. They refunded. Because I was like, I only rode this for 30 minutes. Like, that's ridiculous.
Okay, good. I was going to say, that would set me over the edge.
Yeah, because So now I'm like, every time I put my bike back in, I'm like slamming it in because I don't, Anyway, so that's been really, really fun. A really efficient way to get around. If you're like comfortable. I only do it if I like know where I'm going without looking at a map because it's not safe to hold your phone.
Yeah. I also wanted to dive on like the no helmet thing, not to be like controversial, but because I brought it up to Ben. I was like, Danielle's been biking, like maybe I should try, but I've always been so scared. And then he was like, I don't know how I feel about it without a helmet. And I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But you rarely see people with helmets, but I guess is it because you're not going fast? Like, what's the logic?
Yeah, well, because I got a DM like, oh, where's your helmet? And I honestly didn't think about it because like in Florida, I bike without a helmet all the time. But it did make me think a little bit, like maybe I should get one. But the whole point of the bike is so you can just like go from one place to another
efficiently.
I don't want to walk around with a helmet. So
no, I think about that too. But I do like it. I think it happens quite frequently. Not to like freak anybody out, like and be like, don't do this because I think it's great. But I feel like bike accidents in New York like
yeah,
like it
have
happens.
To be safe.
Like you hear about people who are like I actually Katie and Adam and Colby talked about a matchmade how one of their friends got hit by a biker recently, like just like a pedestrian. Yeah. Like I feel like things happen.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like I go pretty slow. Like I'm not.
Okay.
I like everyone I'm always biking with is like so much faster, but I'm just like I need to take my time. Like there's just so much stimulation, but. Yeah, you definitely have to, think about yourself. But it's been really, really fun. A couple of things I tried out this week. Lots of boat activities, which is not very New York. But I love how you can see the city.
We live on the water, so it makes sense. It's just, I feel like it's not something that every New Yorker thinks to do. But if you're here and you're like, if you go out of your way to do it, like it exists. We have so much water and
so much water. That's one of the reasons I moved to New York. I was like, it's by the water still. Yeah, so nice, and it's just like the best view of the city because like you see the city. So we did a sailboat ride on Friday night. It was like a sunset sailboat ride. Which
I've done
nice.
that.
You have? Oh my
gosh. Not
gosh.
the sunset. I did it in the day, like when my friends first moved here, and it was like like a private sailboat ride, like just as we all paid like around like $50 or something.
Remember this.
We brought our alcohol on.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So fun. And like it wasn't really like a comprehensive tour. It was more like we go out, we come back. Like
yeah, exactly. I definitely wish we did like this one. You couldn't really like get up from your seat. It was just like tons of couples and you're all like sitting on a set. You couldn't really get up, and
it was more of like for the views. Like,
yeah, it was for the views. So I don't know. Like they didn't have music. I was like, I need music.
That's why you have to do the private one with your friends.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. I should have done that.
No,
I texted our group about it, but it's hard to get everybody in the same room. So that but that was funny. We were about to board and Lauren Wolf's just like on a run by the Chelsea Piers, and so we're like about to board. She's like, oh hey guys, what's up? It was just so funny. And then we saw Top Gun that night. I know you've seen it.
So good.
I cried 4 different times. Am I okay?
Wow.
Did you find it like sentimental?
I found it sentimental, but I definitely didn't cry. Oh, but I do see how it could have been
like the whole father son and
that was definitely, I could see how you could have cried, but I feel like I was like tough and like,
tough girl. Yeah. Well, you also watching it like outside. There's lots of stimulation. Like I'm just in a movie theater, like
locked. Yeah.
So that was really good.
Do you think Miles Teller's hot now?
Oh no. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, okay, let me go watch. Also, the scene everyone speaks of him dancing is literally 0.5 seconds.
It's way too quick. But
he literally just body rolls for 5 seconds. I still don't see it. Him playing the piano, I saw it for a minute. Him playing the piano and singing.
Margot Lee saw him in person, said he's hotter in person. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. She sat next to him. At Ruby's?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Celebs, they're just like us.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what I love about New York. Celebs are just casually like everywhere. They're not as like there's not as many paparazzi in New York City.
No, they're just so low key. Like they're just like blending in. Like he's just like getting his lunch next to everybody else. Yeah.
No, it's definitely interesting. I see the appeal, but I thought I'd be converted because that's usually how I go. I'm a hypocrite a lot of times, but I really just didn't. See, I was into Tom Cruise. He hasn't aged a bit. I'm so impressed.
I said that too, and I was like, "How is this possible?" And
how do you still look like that?
The Scientology.
This must be the Scientology. I don't really know. There's something in the air there.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Do not.
Jokes.
Yeah, that was a joke.
I went to a place you've been to, Houston Hall, on Friday or Saturday night. So fun. Watched the Lightning lose miserably.
They did.
7-0.
Is it over?
No. That was the second game. There's another game
hockey
tonight.
game never ends.
No,
like
there's so
we're
much hockey.
deep in like I mean I guess it's not technically summer at this point. Tomorrow's summer, but like why are we still playing hockey in June?
No, I know.
I'm trying to understand
because it's so hot out. You know, we need to go to the ring. I don't really know, but Houston Hall is so much fun. You literally don't feel like you're in New York City because the ceilings are so high.
Huge place.
DJ.
Yeah.
Good drinks.
Yes. And they have snacks if you want like a little bar snack.
Oh, I got a quesadilla.
Oh, wow.
They have meals.
4 meals. Yeah. It's a fun place. It's a good. Also, I feel like there might be a line outside, but like once you get in, it's not really going to be body on body. Like there's going to be some breathing room, which is kind of I like.
Yeah, I
like
do
these
too.
Little like dive bars that it's like, whoa, I can't move.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I would have stayed there all night, but you know everyone gets antsy. It's like, where are we going next?
Yeah.
And I'm
so
like,
where
I
was
don't know.
The next destination?
I didn't know, but we had some of our friends from high school that live in New York City now, and they suggested this place called Due West. It's in the West Village.
Okay.
I didn't really enjoy myself. I mean, like I was just kind of like starting to get tired. We had to wait in line. I don't like line. I just sober up. Like
it kills the vibe. You got to keep going, and that definitely like
what do you do?
Quickly is like ooh. Yeah.
Everyone kind of realized like maybe we should have stayed at Houston Hall at that point. But Kenzie Elizabeth's in town. We're going to see her show tonight.
So excited.
So excited. She brought her friends to Houston Hall for a little bit, which was they just got in dinner. They went to Beauty in Essex. So it was like great spot to bring a group. And then they met us for a little. So that was fun to see her, and they were having a blast. Because then I also had the pressure of like, oh my gosh, like they're like, where should we go? Yeah, and Kenzie literally texted me because I walked ahead of her to the next bar, and she's like, literally do not stress. I know this feel like we're literally having so much fun.
That's so nice.
It was really thoughtful because she knows me so well that like I was stressed. Yeah. It really took the burden off. And then Sunday, backtracking. I really want. I wrote this stuff down because I didn't want to forget because last time we were talking, I was like, oh shit, there was more than the weekend. 305 Fitness. I went to a class, and you need to come with me next time.
You think I would like it?
I think you would like it. It was dance and workout. It was like, but it was nice because it wasn't like they teach you a combo and you have to memorize. There was no memorization.
Okay.
But it wasn't like Zumba at the same time. It was like fun. Like there's literally a DJ in there.
Oh, wow.
Like a literal DJ, like not just like like he was actually mixing over there. Such good music.
Wow.
Disco ball lights, black lights at some points. My nails were like glowing.
Really?
Literally, they'd play like twerking music. We were like getting after it.
Did you go by yourself?
No, I went with Danielle Jordan. She's
nice. Okay.
Yeah, she goes and she invited me, and I'm so happy. I was really nervous because I haven't done a workout class in forever, let alone a cardio based class. And I did great. I wasn't like triggered at all. I did well. It was so fun, and I'd really like to bring you next time.
Wow, I would definitely be interested, I think.
It's literally a party in there. It feels like Soul Cycle in the sense that like they're motivational, but it's like not a bike.
Yeah.
You're just dancing, and we did some ab workouts, and it's a workout. Like,
oh, really?
My abs hurt.
Oh,
so
wow.
I want to kind of like mix that in maybe with training. So I don't know. I just had to bring that up. And then lastly, yesterday, which I'm so sad Brooke couldn't come. She was with her dad for Father's Day. Which
I was at a family party. Yeah. It was. I was out.
Yeah,
she was
Yes. But there's this company called See the City Hot Tub Tours, or they do a hot tub boat, and they have jet skis too. So me and a few friends, 7 to be exact, we got to go on a boat with a hot tub in it. You guys should go watch my vlog if you like want to see more. It was so amazing. They let us take aux. We brought our own drinks. They would like pour our drinks for us. You literally get a view of the city in a hot tub, and it was perfect because it was a breezy night. So you want to be in the hot tub, like. You're not like, oh my God, you know, in your hot tub, you're like, I'm sweating, I need to get out. We literally stayed in the whole time. We were so pruny. It was so funny.
It looked like it was fun because I was obviously out on Long Island, but I had a chill in the air. I was like,
there was a
wow,
chill in
yeah,
there.
Especially on a boat. I was thinking about you guys. I was like, huh.
It was funny when the boat would move, like the waves of the pool would like.
Oh, that's so funny.
You're like
slosh.
Yeah, it's a very weird feeling, but it was a blast. I highly suggest it. It's definitely on the pricier side. I was like got to do it for free in exchange for social posts, so I was really excited to do that, and I'm obviously thankful that I can. But if you and some friends want to get together and split the cost, it's so fun for a birthday or something. Like it was a big vibe.
Yes, I've seen a few groups now do this, so I know. So I was invited to clarify.
Yes, Brooke and Ben were invited.
Yes, I was. Thank you for the invite.
My God, of
Yeah, it was
course.
tough with Father's Day because I was like, oh,
No, I know.
God.
I just like had to do it before Summer in the City was up.
I get it.
And I knew tonight we couldn't. Tomorrow we can't.
I get
Running out of time.
I know you're running out of days. You've done so much.
I know. I'm definitely like hitting my tourist max.
Now you could really recommend what to do and what not to do.
That's so true. I do have a lot of like things to say.
And like what's worth it and stuff.
Yeah. So that's my long-winded weekend recap. I'd love to hear about your time on Long Island.
In my personal experience, confidence comes when you feel cute. And to feel cute, you want to feel your best. And with that, we are talking today about Gurnanda. We all want to be attractive, and there are a lot of factors that contribute to overall attractiveness. But I think that having good oral health is definitely one of them. Gurnanda pulling oil can help you achieve all of your oral health goals, from whiter teeth to fresher breath to overall confidence in your oral health. Simply add Gurnanda pulling oil to your oral care routine and brush as usual. So many listeners are worried about sensitive teeth due to enamel erosion from frequent, harsher whitening products, and Gurnanda is a natural clean remedy for whiter teeth and fresher breath. I really like it. I pull some into my mouth, I swish it around for a few minutes, like 2-3 minutes, and I have to say I feel like I've been noticing that my oral hygiene has been on point. With regular use, Gurnanda pulling oil can help whiten teeth, freshen breath, and overall improve your oral health. You'll feel more confident knowing that your smile is looking its best. So the right oral care is crucial to your overall well-being. Gurnanda is offering something special for our listeners. For a limited time, you can save $3 off each bottle purchased exclusively at Walmart. To redeem, grab your Gurnanda pulling oil at Walmart and check out using the 51 Savings app, the 51 Savings app. That's not all. Gurnanda also likes to treat his friends, so he is giving away $500 gift cards. Just go to gurunanda.com/win for your chance to win a $500 Walmart gift card. Long Island girl summer.
In Montauk on Long Island. I'm learning.
Yes, she's doing great, guys. So I went home on Tuesday, and I met up with my friend Cody, who we're gonna see her again. Beauty of the Foodie on TikTok. I'm obsessed with her videos. She does videos like showing her food hauls and everything. So that was lovely. I've been on a big lobster kick. Have you seen this?
Yes, lobster roll made me do it. That's a Lily Pulitzer print name.
I think you're right. I think it is. Yeah. Which actually, speaking of which, I think I'm re-entering the preppy era.
You texted us this.
All of the boutiques in the Hamptons in general. Such preppy vibes. It's the white jeans with a pink shirt and the
Southern girlfriend.
The sandals. I'm the Northern girlfriend. Yeah. Now I'm the Hamptons girlfriend.
Yes, we've got you. We've got you guys covered, North and South.
Southern, I see more of the big sleeves era. Northern, I see more of the, I don't know what we want, sweater over the shoulders, that's what,
Rhode Island coastal grandmother, if you will. Yeah,
exactly.
Coastal gran. I love it.
But I like it. And then what else? So I was home for a day, and then I was invited with this brand called The Citizenry, who I've stopped by their store and shopped with them before. I have a lot of their beautiful, beautiful home pieces, and it was a fun vacation type of thing in Montauk. There were 4 other influencers that was there, and everybody brought a +1, and I decided to bring my mom. That was my first time bringing my mom on a brand trip.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because Charleston didn't work out.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you did. Oh my God, then that's so special.
Yeah, it was very special. And it's hard to get her to do stuff because she's so busy with work, and she's like, Brooke, I don't know if I could take off. And, so I was like, all right, this was actually the perfect trip for her to do because she was still able to work and stuff.
Yeah.
We ate at Durier's, which is a seafood restaurant. We went shopping. It was very wholesome. I vlogged. Just a good old gals weekend,
Yeah.
Well, not even a weekend. It was during the week.
But yeah, the idea of a weekend.
Yeah, it was a few days. And then I stayed out in the Hamptons for a day, met up with Ben, and then came back to the city. And then literally, I'll get into it in my favorite, but all I did this weekend was read. And, I'm in my grandmother era, I think.
It's so nice to read. Summer's for reading. Well, you read all the time, but for me,
no, this is aggressive reading. This is I have to read. For some
decathlon.
Study up. Yeah.
Study up. Got to study up on those romance novels, right? Big decathlon coming up.
That was the focus of my weekend. And you know what? I don't really feel too much FOMO. I feel I used to have more FOMO and stuff in life, but now I'm just I don't know. I feel a lot of my friends also we're all kind of I don't want to say aging up, but I feel I'm in that era where a lot of us, like, you know, my one friend just got a dog, and like, you know, some of my friends, like, they'll do stuff, but like it's like open invites. It's not like if you don't come, like it's very much so like I'm in like a very like good flow, I feel like, where it's like I don't feel obligated to go to things with my friends, which is
nice,
really nice.
Like, just do as you please. Like, we're all mature, we're all living our own chapters of life right now, and like, we still support each other.
Exactly. And you know why I thought about this? What, like, not like the difference between you and I, but like I had that, like, you're in like Boston era of me, if you think about it. So if you guys don't know, like, you know, I lived in Boston for a while, and like I did that and everything. Like, I feel like I had like the crazy year post grad. Not that you're having like a crazy year, but like of doing a lot. No,
but still, either
you know
way,
what I mean, like you're doing
going
a lot.
out on the weekends and stuff.
And really like whatever. And now I get to relax. Like,
I've done my early 20s and now I'm 25.
Not actually. Like, I still want to go out and have fun and everything, but I feel like I have to be okay with the fact that like a lot of my like friendships and like relationships are changing. Like, a lot of my friends are like growing up, for lack of a better phrase. Like, and I feel like it hit like really quick where I was like, whoa, like we're not, and not that I'm like, I still don't go out and party. Like, I still go to concerts.
You still do lots of things.
Yeah. I just want everyone to be okay with like, if you're hitting a wall or if you're not, like whatever, even, I don't know. It's just, I'm at peace with it. That's okay.
And I'm okay with that. No, I love that for you. I mean, I feel like I would agree with that. Like, I'm kind of like, I just graduated, so I'm like trying to like do literally everything under the sun. Totally. And you've like done so much already.
Well, thank you. Not even
so
to be
wise.
Like, now I get to relax. But it's like, it like, that's, I feel like where the 2 years like makes a difference, because when I first graduated, I was like going out literally every night. Like, not even going out, but I would be like, sure, like drinks after work. Sure. Like, oh, you want to like go to, like, I just wouldn't say no. Cause I was like, I have, like, you know, and I don't know what like the reason is or whatever, but I feel like it's just that era of life. And like, I feel like all my friends are on that path, but even my friends who live in other cities, Atlanta, whatever, like it seems to be a common theme that a few years after graduation, like I don't want to say the luster wears off, because that's not like what it is, but it's more so like finding a new routine and like being comfortable with it.
Definitely.
Because I used to feel pressured that I had to have crazy like weekend plans every week. Like, I remember, especially when I had a job and stuff, it was like, what are you doing this weekend? Like, oh, like, well, Friday we're doing this and Saturday we're doing this. And now like when I have open weekends, I'm like, all right, it's open. Like, I don't know.
No, definitely.
I hope it makes sense.
That makes complete sense. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm not like, I think it also has to do with your relationships, right?
Totally.
Relationship status, because like when you're single, obviously you want to like go out more and meet people potentially.
Totally.
So then once you have someone, you're kind of like more chill with it. So I'm kind of in this like middle range, I feel like, where it's like I want to go out because like I'm new to the city still, and I'm like still trying to make new friends and stuff. But then also like this past weekend, other than like Sunday night, I actually didn't have plans. They just kind of all happened. So it's definitely nice. Like, I love a empty Saturday, honestly. I like Saturday night plans, but an empty Saturday is so ideal to me.
Totally.
It's the best. So I'm
whatever
happy
you
had
want to
that
do. I feel like it's just figuring out like within you, like what you feel comfortable with. Like, honestly, when I used to have like the stacked weekend plans, like that gave me more, I don't want to say anxiety, but stress than being like, I don't know. I just feel like it's the, like, once your brain like has that switch of like being like, I don't feel FOMO, I'm going to be okay. You know, it is what it is. And of course, like, I mean, if I see something, I'm like, oh, was I not invited to that or whatever? Like, maybe that's like where I would be like, oh, damn, like, wish I was there or whatever. Maybe like a little bit. But at the same time, I'm in my acceptance phase where I'm like, I'm chilling.
Definitely.
I definitely think, a lot of things like age, relationship status, like years out of college. I think a lot of those things have to do with it. And also where your friends are at too. Yeah. Because if a lot of my friends now are in relationships or like they hang out with the same, like, you know, we have the same like small group. So I don't feel FOMO in the sense of like, oh, like they have all these new friends and like, I don't know that. I don't know. Yeah. Like you all, like if there was a big hangout, like you'd be there or you'd be invited at least. And it's kind of just like under the understanding of, I know that we're in different points in our lives or the same points, I guess. Yeah. It's just, it's crazy how quick it shifted. I feel like in the past like year. Like it was, I mean, like last summer was like a crazy summer, and now it's like chill girl summer. Yeah. So yeah, that's 25. This is 25. Literally. No, I know. I feel like that's pretty not standard, but I hope that's where my trajectory is going. Yeah. Just can't hang that long, you know? No, like, I remember I used to see like don't use Facebook anymore, but when I first graduated, so when I was like 22, I would see like the girls who were like older than me, like in our sorority or whatever, and like posting like their like wholesome like Sunday brunches and everything, and I'd be like, oh, like I was like almost like longing for like that era, and I'm like, wait, I'm like in that era now, like where I'm like, you know, like okay, we like I have light weekend plans or like maybe something that I could go to, like it's optional. So it's all about appreciating where you are in the present moment. I don't know, because the grass is always greener.
Grass is literally always greener, because I've done the same thing where I'm like, oh, like why wasn't I invited to that? But then I'm like, well, I'm sure they would have liked if I was there, but they know like like I just don't always like to do stuff like that, or like I do have plans, like I wouldn't even be able to go if they asked me.
Totally.
So that's something that I'm dealing with on the other end of it, and I talked about in my vlog last week, like reaching out to people to like do stuff and just constantly getting like shot down. Not constantly getting shot down, but like I've just been like dealing with a lot of like canceled plans lately with people in my life, just in general.
That sucks.
And it sucks, but then I'm like, they've got shit they're doing too, and like you can't take it personally, and I'm just like a planner in general, so it's like finding that balance of like that too. It's very interesting.
No, I just posted actually a TikTok. Like I was like, I'm in my unbothered hour. Like you have to like not take things personally. Like, you know, or I'll have friends that I'll be like, oh, I haven't heard from that friend in a while. And like I had this happen. Mariah's probably listening. And this is just a honest look at friendship. Like just going to be completely transparent here. So she came and visited, and we Snapchat all the time and whatever, but we haven't had like a proper phone call catch up literally since she left. Like, you know, life just gets busy. We're both in like pretty serious relationships. We're both working, you know, like we're in our own little world. We both know that we're happy and like doing well. And I guess like she mentioned to our friend Alicia, like, oh, you know, I haven't talked to Brooke in a while. And I mentioned to Alicia, I haven't talked to Mariah in a while. And it's like, that's like adulting. Like that's what growing up is. I feel like you hear that from like your parents all the time. I hear that from my parents about their friends all the time. Like, how is Johnny? I haven't talked to him in a while. And like, not that that's like a good thing to accept, but it's like life gets busy, things get in the way, but powerful friendships will override that, you know? Like we'll be able to pick up exactly where we left off. Like we're still sending each other TikToks every day and whatever, but it's like we just haven't had a big ol' catch up.
Yeah. And that makes it so much more fun to save up. I mean, same with me and my friends. Like, I talk to Caitlin like semi-annually. I'm kidding, like quarterly on the phone, probably literally quarterly. But like, send each other TikToks, like you know, smaller stuff. But it's also different because you're not, you know, living the same life of them every day, so you don't have as much to talk about on the day to day.
And I don't need to, like, I mean, you know me, I'm not a big texter. So
yeah,
like,
no
can do.
No can do. All is well.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to spend my life, like, buried in my phone just constantly in text conversations. Like, I'd rather be like, hey, like, oh my God, I saw it, like, your Snapchat, that was so funny. Like, and talk about it, like, 2 weeks later. Or something. I don't know. Like, it doesn't, I think that's where I'm at with that. And I've always really appreciated low maintenance friendships where I don't need to be so, you know, checking in all the time and whatever, or like when people take things really personally, they're like, oh, like Brooke hasn't reached out to me in a while. Like in this case, like they're like, we're both good. Like we both were like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a while. Like it's not like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like Brooke owes me a phone call. Like
definitely not.
Yeah.
It's just like a common understanding.
Exactly. Which is nice to be in friendships like that where we're all just chilling and we're all happy, and it's great to see your friends thrive and be happy. And I don't know. But I understand it from the flip side too, where I have been like single and lonely and like reaching out and like wanting, you know, plans and whatever. And getting canceled on definitely sucks and whatever. But as you grow up, everyone has so many more responsibilities, and people have work and like other friends and other things. So it's you know, I don't know. It's tough.
No, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. No, it's important to talk about. And I think for me, like I'm like navigating of like, okay, like I'm doing something tonight. Who do I tell? Because I don't want to offend anybody, but also I know this person won't be able to go or probably wouldn't want to go, you know, like finding that balance of like overexerting yourself and then like just doing like what feels right to you. It's a very weird thing.
You mean like overextending the invite versus like I know what you mean. You're very good about that though. I'm too
good at it. I'm kind of
would say you're very inclusive.
I'm
which
like
is
very
really
inclusive,
nice.
but it's like coming to a point I'm like, okay, well, have they invited me to anything recently? No. Like actually no.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not like taking it personally because I know like I see like they're not doing much, or like they you know I'm not seeing anything that I like wish I was invited to. There's nothing much there, but it's more so just like, okay, I need to like reel it back because yes, I'm including everybody because I'm just like a plans maker, but like I also need to like look out for myself and not like because it's fun when everyone comes, but then I'm like stressing myself out like, oh, this person, but will they get along? And I don't really know, but I know they'll both be sad if they see my story, and my brain goes.
Danielle is CEO. Like this is the overthinker. This is
So
like
much.
the I am so sorry that your brain
Oversharer,
Yes.
overthinker. Welcome to our dynamic.
No, that's actually crazy that your brain like goes that deep because
It's
I
so
wouldn't.
bad.
Wow, I'm sorry about that. That is tough.
It is really.
Because I would say relax, but like it's not that simple. Like I get it.
I hope I'm overthinking, but sometimes
You are.
I'm like, oh my god, this person will see that and be like, why wasn't I there? Because like I have friends from like different. I keep saying the word eras in my life.
It's
here
true
in the
though. We
city.
both do.
We both do, and so it's like, I like try to curate these things, and like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, but is that person, are any of these people doing that for me? Like, are they inviting me to their stuff? Like sometimes, but not as much as I am. Like, I don't know. It's just, and that's an annoying thing.
I know
to
what you
say,
mean. And you don't want to say like, and then it's easy to like set a policy and be like, I've invited them 3 times. Like I'm done inviting them. Like people, because it's more complex than that. Some people have mental struggles where they don't want to reach out to you first and they feel like they're burdening you. So it's tough gauging, but it's not your job also to gauge like, okay, so I'm not bothering her. I'm bothering her. I'm not bothering him. It's not your responsibility to gauge that at the same time. Like I feel like it has to be ultimately a 2-way street.
And obviously the people I'm reaching out to 9 times out of 10 is because like I want to see them, and I'm like, oh, this will all work out. But there are sometimes I'm like, oh man, like I feel like I haven't seen them in a while. So this conversation is really good for me to hear, to be like, well, because I also am fully aware that like my friends have like really like hard committing jobs, and like they can't always make plans weeks out or whatever. So I'm like having to find that balance as a triple Virgo to be like, okay, like maybe they do want to see me, they just don't have the mental capacity to like to go there.
Totally. And I think it's just like the acceptance of when things come up and whatever. Like I've definitely been hurt when plans fall through. I'll be like, I'm coming over at this time, and then like they're like last minute people will be like, JK, that doesn't work. But at the same time,
it's tough, but
I've canceled on people too.
Me too. Like I fully have.
Yeah.
Like I've canceled on people this week. So
it's the circle of life in terms of like, how about we like I got your back, you got mine. Like we're all going to be more understanding, and that's why I've like learned to accept the like not to be like accept the bare minimum of friendships, but just I think lower my expectations of friendships and be like it's not an easy thing to say, because then at the same time you don't want to drift. It's like knowing what friendships you can like be more loose with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like having a gauge of what
it's okay if you haven't talked in a while or whatever.
Yeah, not even the talking, like. Because I know, like I'll text people sometimes, but it's not even that. It's just like, also because I'm in the era of like Ryan like always wants to go out on the weekends because he's like literally in his room all day.
Totally.
And so then on the weekends he's like, so get your friends, like let's go do something. And I'm like, I didn't plan that. Like I don't know. So then I'm like reaching out to like random people of different areas because I don't have a set friend group here. I'm like, well, I know this girl and this girl's down. They don't know each other, and I haven't seen her in a while. Let me just stop now.
I get it. I get it.
Figuring
and you
it out.
Start like kind of like driving yourself insane.
Yeah. And I'm like, why am I doing this? For what? Like, why?
No,
to please other people, make sure everyone else has a good weekend. Like,
but you can't. And I know that it's easy to be like, stop being a people pleaser, but more so being
lowering
like,
the expectations.
Yeah.
But I also have to lower how much I give then.
Totally.
Right?
Just
because
lower, like, just
let's see what happens.
Low effort.
No, I already told myself. Normalize low effort and see what happens. I love
Maybe
that.
that's bad advice, but that's where I'm at. Like,
and if people are so mad, they'll reach out and say, hey, like, I'd love to see you soon. Like, I saw you did this the other night. I'm like, okay, well, let's make a plan. Like, you make the reservation then, okay? Like, you tell me where to go. I don't have good recommendations of places to eat. I really don't. I know 5 places. Like, I know things to do with places to eat. I don't know. So you make the reservation. I'm there. Drinks? Sure. You make the plans. You get the group chat.
Wow, I love this era of you. This is
it's not there yet, but it's what I'm trying to get towards.
I get it. But I feel like you've been good because you found people that are like really like down for a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
like,
no, and I have different friends in my life that I know would want to do different things. So I'm really thankful. Like, obviously, after I'm done with summer in the city tomorrow, I'm just gonna like do things for me. And hopefully things work out.
This is the key. Like, it's not.
That's the key to the city.
It is. Here's your key.
Thank you.
I think that's the key to like unlocking your happiness, though, honestly, is truly deciding what makes you happy and like, like not feeling obligated. And I know that's tough in the case of like, Ryan wants to go out and he's been working all week and, you love him and he's your partner.
I want to be with
and whatever,
him, but
I guess like that's an extenuating circumstance, but more so like if you know, if it's a Saturday night and you feel like staying in and watching a movie, stay in and watch a damn movie. Like, or if you feel like going out and being social, like go out and be like, it's like literally like reading how you feel.
The true like gut, heart, whatever feeling, I think is something I've been like really trying to, even like you guys kind of asked us about this, but like with events and stuff, you know, just like really listening in and being like, I know like literally all my friends are going and I should go, but I just can't. I don't have it in me tonight. Like we've definitely done that. Like you've texted me, I've texted you, like I can't do this today or next weekend. Like I already just know it's gonna be too much, and just being adult enough to be like mature and stick to your decision.
Totally. But then being mature enough to understand like, hey, this is a company that I really use and love, and like it's important for me to go there. Like, so prioritizing what's important and then like knowing what's not. Like, I feel like we're both pretty good about that. Yeah. But it's tough.
Yeah. I feel like this is something hopefully a lot of you guys deal with, because if not, that was a long rant for nothing.
I think the friendship thing is very relatable, and dealing with relationships and
post-grad especially, because in college it was like, we have the social Thursday and then we have game day Saturday, so we'll do this and that. You just have set plans every week and you just see the same people, and it's not,
or maybe you live with them.
You don't need to ask people, let's go get dinner. Like you just see them on campus and stuff.
You don't need to make plans a week out. Like literally, I'm like, I could see you guys next Monday for dinner. Like what? Like what? Who am I? You know? I've never been like that. I know. But also being okay if you don't, and then it just makes the catch ups even better.
Oh yeah.
So low maintenance all around.
Low maintenance.
Give
summer.
less.
Low maintenance summer, baby. Let's see what happens. That's my new slogan. Let's see what happens.
Oh god.
I love it.
That's funny.
So did we finish your weekend catch up though? I want to make sure you read Sunday, went home for Father's Day.
And then I went to my aunt and uncle's house for Father's Day, and then that's it. Now I'm here now. We have a kind of a busy week on talking about the events and everything, but it's all stuff that brings me joy.
There's so there were so many this week that I was just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't. But the ones we're doing, I'm really, really excited for.
Totally. And knowing like what makes you excited and whatever, like, I'm in that era too of not feeling like pressured just because it's like, whatever. Yeah. We're also in a group text now where everyone's like sending their invitations and everything. And it definitely is like, ooh.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting insight we should tell our listeners. Yeah. So we're in this new group chat with like a ton of influencers, and it's definitely been helpful, and I'm happy, and we all support each other. No one's like mean.
So helpful.
But people will send screenshots of like it's all New York City influencers, should I say, and they'll be like, hey, did anyone else get this? And it's like, shit, like I didn't get invited to that Gucci event, you know? And then you're like thinking to yourself, or like some people like, yeah, I got that, or no, I didn't. Like, oh, let's all go together. Like it's a good idea, but sometimes I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm sure other people are feeling that way too.
I completely get that. You could apply that to your own circumstance too, like whether you're in something with your classmates and like they got some sort of like special honor with the professor that you didn't. Like I felt that in college. I felt that in
get this
Greek
email?
life. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's so many different ways that can apply. So that's been an interesting group chat to be in.
Totally.
But it's definitely helpful at times too.
Yeah, no, it's also like girls supporting girls, like supporting your friends too. Definitely. Like, yeah, that's really cool. All right, do you want to get into our current favorites?
I would love to. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Life can be overwhelming, and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, irritability, fatigue, and more. We associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burned out. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I'm literally aching for my next appointment with my therapist. She's been a little booked this week, and like we keep going back and forth, and I'm like, wait, no, like it's so crazy how much you realize therapy can truly affect your life in a positive way. It's just so nice talking to someone that's not involved in your life at all and will listen and give good advice and just everything in between. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/gals. That's betterhelp.com/gals.
So I power read this week. Like I said, I got this book in the mail and I was like, all right, go. Like literally.
Yeah, ready, set, go.
Ready, set, go. So it's Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. Chef's Kiss. It's her new book.
I'm so excited.
I love her books. Danielle and I talk about them all the time. She follows Danielle. She doesn't follow me.
She didn't follow you back yet?
No.
I'm sure she will.
She hasn't been, I don't think seeing. But
well, she's like on
fair, she's
book
busy.
tour right now. She posts her little pictures every day in a new city.
I know.
She's
yeah,
so
she hasn't
cute.
read. Oh, yeah, she hasn't read any.
Maybe you're in her like message requests. Which doesn't make sense because you're verified, but I'm just thinking
That's
out
all
loud
right.
for
I
you.
forgive her. She
That's
does the
all right.
same pose and everything. She's so cute.
She like puts her hands up.
Yeah, she's the cutest.
Her books are so good. I'm reading Hotel Nantucket right now, but I'm not a good reader like Brooke in that
No,
regard.
no. I literally, when you said you were reading it, I was like, ooh.
It'll be a
spoil it,
minute.
but yeah.
It'll be a minute.
It's just because when I was like, I'm gonna finish this in like 2 to 3 sittings. Like I made that promise to myself. Some books I
Wow.
don't though, and then I drag it on forever.
Yeah.
But so I gave myself the day Saturday and then the morning Sunday. It's just a good old. It's a romance novel, but it's told from like a lot of different perspectives. I would call it like contemporary fiction almost, because the story, like the whole story of it isn't just like romance. Like there's romance and stuff underlying, but it's literally all of these people work at a hotel together, and it's told from the various perspectives, you know, from the 24-year-old like bellman to the 50-year-old like head of housekeeping. Like, so it's really
I love this.
diverse range of perspectives, which I really appreciate. I loved it. Just a good old beach read. Added to your list.
Is it super descriptive and Nantucket-y?
Yes.
Oh,
She's so like crisp with the descriptions.
so crisp with her descriptions.
Yes. On the end of it ends with a guide to Nantucket. Like it's literally.
Is that what you said?
Yes, because they in the book she mentioned she's like, you know, like the main character is like she works at the hotel and she made a book of recommendations. So then she's like, I made a book of recommendations.
Oh, that's
It's
sweet.
really cute. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think. I never know who to like recommend like certain books to, but if you're looking for a good beach read, I would say it's for you.
It's for you. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited. Hopefully I'll get some reading in tonight. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
how much wine I drink. But love that for you. My favorite was a book, and now it's a series on Amazon Prime, The Summer I Turned Pretty. A lot of you guys have DM'd me saying that you're watching it now. And I'm just so jealous because I'm already done. And you guys know I don't finish shows fast. I don't finish books fast. But this, I think I finished this in 2 sittings, or I guess 3. Because I went to the premiere, which was really cool. Brooke was invited to, but she wasn't in town. So it's a 7-episode series. They're each like 45 minutes. It was a book series by Jenny Han. I got to meet her, which was cool. She also did the To All the Boys I've Loved before. Like, she's a genius. But yeah, so we saw the first 2 episodes at the premiere, which was cool. I got to meet the boy who plays Conrad and Jeremiah. I got to meet Belly, because they're all like new talent, you know, like this is their rise. So I introduced myself to all of them, and I said, you guys did a really great job. It was so cool because I basically got like through half the book before the premiere. And it was cool to like see how it changed. It's definitely a lot different than the book. I think I didn't even finish the book, but like, you know, it's a lot more modern day. There's social media involved, whereas this was written when we were like in middle school, elementary school. So it was interesting to see how that infused that, but it's so cute. I think it's based in like a Maine beach, like the state of Maine. I don't really know. It's like New England vibes. Yeah, there's like lobster bakes.
I read
and
it when I
stuff.
was young, but
Yeah.
I don't remember.
How could you
Like,
remember? Yeah. But anyways, so we saw the first 2 episodes, and then the rest of the episodes came out this past Friday. So good. Like I wouldn't recommend it to like watch with your boyfriend necessarily, because it's like a 15-year-old girl like love triangle, but it's so cute and like reminds me of like when I had crushes, and it's kind of like Ellen Hildebrand in the sense of like the pretty like views and like that vibe, the New England vibe, and the music. I'm sure you've seen people's stories.
Yeah,
impeccable. Like I don't know if that's the right word to use, but like every song that would be perfect. Like they must have spent so much money on like usage for these songs, because
I was thinking, because it was like Taylor Swift and everything too.
Taylor
right?
Swift, Harry Styles, Ariana Grande. Like
Wow.
there's like oh my god, it's literally so epic. It's kind of like how Bridgerton, you're like, wow, this song, but they actually use the actual song.
Wow,
It's so good. I enjoyed it.
I'm very influenced. I haven't been watching a ton of TV because I've been on the go. And
Well, if you have time to wind down after this before our event tonight, you should watch like 1 episode.
oh, I probably will. Is it
Just
something
like-
I can watch passively?
Yeah, you could, but
While I do my makeup, or like no, not really.
oh no, you have to sit and enjoy
Oh,
it. So
God.
don't like it's like a popcorn vibe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I hope I'm not overhyping it, but I think it's really cute. And
I've been
just
seeing
really
a lot
well
of people
done.
speaking good words about
Yeah,
it.
I'll
so.
probably watch it again in a month. I'm like,
How many
so
episodes?
serious.
And
7,
And they're like 40 minutes, you said?
yeah, it's like a limited
Okay.
series. So I think they did get renewed for a season 2.
Wow.
Which would be like the second book? Question mark. I don't really know. It
yeah,
has
she
some
had a
sad
few.
parts in it, I will say.
Really?
Yeah, tearjerker. So
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you sold me.
Sold to the woman in the tube dress.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what am I grabbing?
Love that. Okay, do you want to do song of the week? So I saw recently Chris Lake in concert.
Oh yeah.
Yes, loved it. I didn't realize how much I really like house music in terms of like EDM. Like it's a very like solid beat. I don't know if it's your jam actually.
It's actually not. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's just like keeps
But
going.
it's like the beat is in the background, but then there's like stuff overlaid on top of it. But he is so good. Like I can't even describe it. Like it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. If you get the chance,
I have
go
heard
see
his
him.
concerts are fun though.
So fun too, because he's a lot of popular songs.
Yeah.
Just turn off the light.
Wait, so to me, house music. Well, I guess there is words in house music.
There is. There's actually a good bit of words. It's just the background is.
Would Rufus Du Sol be house?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like Odessa's not house. Like
No, yeah,
house
not
is a
Odessa.
certain like
But
I'll
Rufus
play it for
is
you.
kind of like chill with a beat in the back. Do, 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 do.
But I don't know if it's technically like a house beat. I
Is
don't know how to
Kygo
describe it.
house?
No.
Okay.
It's a very specific. I'm learning this too because
Okay.
apparently in the world of EDM, there's a lot of specific like genres. Like like an Odessa is different than Skrillex. Like there's like obviously they're two different sounds. Anyways, this one is "Who Are You." It's the Chris Lake remix by Mian, I think, and it has a lot of words, and I just enjoyed the beat. And we saw it live, and it always makes it better when you see it live.
Definitely. It definitely makes you be like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to this now.
Yeah.
Like when we saw Jaden Smith, now I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes, and he was so good.
He was so good. I guess we didn't talk about that. We went and saw Jaden Smith like a private concert, and his music is so good. It's like very R&B.
I really enjoyed it. Like every single one, I was like, wow, like I should have had this in my playlist.
Like it's good getting ready.
I only knew like the last song, which was like his most popular one, Icon. Do you know that one?
Yeah, that was the good
Icon
one.
Living.
Yeah, that was good. And there was another song he did that I knew. I can't remember the name. So Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Love that. My song is called, it's not new, but it's in the Summer I Turned Pretty soundtrack, and it just made me remember how much I love the song. It's called Can I Call You Tonight by Dayglow. It's you've probably heard it on TikTok too. It's like, can I call you tonight? Do, do, do. It's kind of like,
okay,
like you're driving in a car, windows down, your life is so good, you're so happy, cute.
Yeah,
like it's a really, really, really good song. A lot of you guys have probably heard it, but
I'm here for that vibe.
Yeah. Wow, we're already like 45
I know
minutes
this is
in.
what happens when the gals are separate, and we just had a vent sesh to each other, but that's okay. You're gonna get a long episode this week.
Yeah, long episode, guys. Buckle up. So now I do believe we're gonna get into the questions.
Yes, we are gonna get into the questions. Yeah, some of them were definitely a little more spicy than others.
Yes. We asked for spicy and non-spicy questions because we wanted to see what you guys got.
Yeah, and we could go just kind of back and forth on the intensity of these.
Yeah, the intensity.
The intensity.
Mild, medium, and hot.
Yes. I actually have a good one to start with because I think this has to do with kind of gassing yourself up and everything. And I feel like we've talked about it before. And this doesn't have to be for a man or for anybody, but it's kind of what do you do to make yourself feel... Someone said, how do you make yourself feel sexy? And I don't love that word. It's very aggressive word. But how do you feel hot? And honestly, I love this question because
it's a great question.
It's not for some people, it's not as simple as just being I'm hot. It's a whole vibe.
It is a whole vibe.
And I feel like you do a really good job of before you go out, you get into your you wear your cute fits and you do it and you channel this baddie.
I do.
So give me the tips and then I'll share what I do.
Funny. Wow, I didn't realize that was noticeable. Yeah, I have a whole sometimes especially if I'm not in the mood to go out, I'm I need to get into that.
Yeah.
Not even go out, but to an event, whatever it may be.
To step out.
To step out. To get
into
out.
the world.
Yes, step out. I'm a debutante. I listened to this playlist called Old Drake Bangers, All Me, Legend. That brings something out of me where I'm this is my energy. And also we talk about this a lot, dressing for your body type and what makes you feel comfortable. I'm really starting to learn I feel really good in midi skirts or baggy pants, tiny top. There's just certain clothing that I know if I put this on I'm gonna feel really good. whenever I'm putting on like some platform heels, they're comfortable, but I also like feel good. And that's kind of like my 2 remedies. I think for me, music's really important. And then also like what I'm wearing is really important for me. Nothing to do with the male gaze.
No, this is literally just like for you. Like,
yeah. Like
nothing to do with male gaze, female gaze, like looking good in pictures. It's literally just like, it's not even confidence. So it's like literally how to feel hot. And I feel like that starts within though.
Yeah.
So.
And like, I'm sorry if you were going to say this, but like giving yourself, we don't always are able to do this, but like giving yourself the time to get ready
tonight
changes everything.
I was like, I need the time because
I was nervous already. I don't really know, but we'll see. It's okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, giving yourself the time that you can to like get ready is really important. And one other thing before you go, I learned this tip from Kelly. She learned it from someone else. This kind of has to do when you walk into a room.
Okay.
I think this is genius. So like, you know, when you're walking into an event and you're like, see everybody and you're like kind of like looking for your friends or whatever it is, and you're kind of stressed and you're like on your phone, whatever.
I hate
this.
Hate that.
So I think it's hard. It's going to be hard to like do it that first time, but I'm going to try and do it the next time I remember, because this helps you find the people you're looking for. And also you make an entrance. You walk in. I'm not going to stand up, but you walk into the room, like by the doorway, stop. And instead of being like, oh my God, you stop and you just kind of like do a little gaze around the room and then keep going. I've seen people do them. Like, she looks like a badass. Like,
yeah,
Serena Kerrigan
I was
does
gonna say I've seen her do this.
She walks in and it's like, hello everyone, I'm here. Not in a bitchy way,
like,
but
let me
like,
sit back and observe first.
yeah,
Yes,
like let me see what's going on. Where, like, because you might like run to the bar and you're like, oh well, maybe I didn't want to go there first, you know, like whatever it is. Or it could be, you know, someone's house, apartment pregame. Like, just walk in for a second. Okay, let's go. Isn't that so good?
Wow, I love that.
Like, I'm gonna try that.
I'm gonna try that too.
Yeah.
That definitely makes me nervous.
So what do you do?
Echo everything you say. The music, the retweet, all of that. Ample time getting ready. Also for me, it really is the makeup and like hair of it all too. Like, yeah, just like finding looks that I feel sexy in, like, honestly. I guess of course the outfit of it all too, but for me, when I put my makeup on before I get dressed, like, I just like, it really just enhances like the process for me. Like,
can't do backwards.
Yes. Yeah. Also picking out my stuff ahead of time and being like, you know, I have and I'm not like good about like days in advance per se, but like I have an idea of what I'm going to wear tonight.
Yeah.
And not feeling stressed about it.
Yeah.
Oh, but you have a closet full of opportunity.
No, tonight is not a good example, because tonight I already know I'm going to be stressed.
All right.
But yeah, you're doing the good example.
But like tomorrow we have like a brand dinner. We have our outfits picked out.
Yes.
We have,
Yeah, no, it's so great. Like, nothing better than getting ready, put on your makeup, hair's done, makeup clips in, and you go to pick out your outfit that you already have picked out on your
you've
bed.
already tried on, that you know you already feel comfortable in, that you're already wearing it. Also, I mean, I've talked about like the like feeling comfortable with your body and all that stuff too, but like, you know, my mom is always like, get a good bra, like, but like literally from the foundations up, like invest in like nice underwear, like get yourself the stuff. Like, I'm not even a lingerie girl. I don't really like, I kind of find it pointless, but you know, it's pretty and everything. So if that's gonna gas you up, like, do that. Just kind of like investing in like those things that make you feel hot. Like, and finding what they are. You know, maybe you're on like Instagram and you're like, wow, that girl looks so hot in that outfit. Like, recreate it. Who cares?
Yeah. Or like, on that note, go to your Instagram or go to your camera roll and look at outfits that you like, that you've worn, or like things that you like what you look in, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you the happiest. Like how you feel in your own stuff.
Totally.
So
I feel like hot and confident kind of go together.
Definitely.
But at the same time, you want to feel hot from within and be like, it's fun. It's a fun feeling when you go out and you're like, wow, I actually feel like really attractive right now. Like, it's a fun, flirty feeling.
It's
like,
a crazy feeling. And like, you're putting on your lip gloss and like, I just feel so good. And
something about it.
Yeah, I think it's a weird thing to want to work on, but I do want to like work on that. Like, there's sometimes I'll literally be getting dressed. I'm like, I don't like this outfit, but like, I'm just going to go out the door. And then you're just not happy the rest of the day. I'm like, why did I do that?
Totally.
Or like,
and then I'm a bitch to everybody around me and it sucks. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to be in a photo. I'm like, man, everyone's annoyed with you and whatever. So it's not going to be avoidable every time, but just having the self-awareness to know. I love this question. I'm glad we started with
that was a really good question, because I like the verbiage of it too. Not because, you know, we always get asked like, how are you guys so confident? How are you guys so confident? But like, literally how to feel like sexy from within. Like,
that's a better way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all kind of ties in together. I thought this question was so silly. And I just like think it's funny. First thing you do if you woke up the opposite gender.
I saw this one.
I think that's so funny.
I've literally never thought about it.
The girl that said it said she would go to the bathroom, and I think I would do the same. Like pee standing up.
Yeah, I'd probably look in the mirror. Like,
I would do that. I would like flirt with girls, see what it's all about, or like just like be manly. I don't know. I would just like want to like.
I literally don't know. I don't know. I'd probably panic. I'd be like, "Where's my body?"
I woke up in Chris Brown's body. Okay, yeah, that was just a little question. Obviously I picked that one out.
It's a difference in our questions. We pick out like, how do you feel sexy?
What would you do if you woke up as a dude?
Okay, so many people ask about like the frequency that we have sleepovers with our boyfriends, and I think this is actually a really interesting question.
It is an interesting question,
especially post grad, especially when you live separately. Obviously, like, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't have to plan sleepovers if you live together. So what is the frequency that you do / what do you feel is normal? Is it a question that you guys have discussed? Like, how did that come up? You go first.
Oh, me?
Yes.
So it's not like a set, like we have this many sleepovers a week. And it was it's pretty similar in college. Like we're pretty much, Ryan and I are very regimented and like both want to wake up in our bed selfishly. So, and we live really, really close together. So we'll be together at night, but then maybe like he won't sleep over. So, and he has 3 roommates and I like live alone. So like when we have sleepovers, like it's 9 times out of 10 going to be at mine because like, why wouldn't we do that? But we have sleepovers usually always on Friday and Saturday nights. And like, let's say we did something late on another night, like during the week, then like maybe we will. But yeah, so I guess twice a week.
I feel like it's a little more than twice a week. Sometimes,
well, sometimes,
like,
yeah, but like we always
like
are on
set,
the weekends.
Yeah.
Like our weekends are definitely together, and then on the weekdays we see each other. But like might just have like a late night. Like literally we'll watch TV till midnight. But then we literally live so close, and that'll change eventually. But then he'll just like go home because he has to wake up at 6 a.m. I frankly do not. Yeah. So it's kind of like a lot of that too.
Yeah.
So that's me.
That's my life. Yeah, I'm like opposite, and I don't, not that one way is like right or wrong, but like just being totally transparent with you guys. I feel like I say it kind of in my vlogs and stuff. I'm like we don't live super close. Like we've never done a night where we hang out and don't sleep together because I would have to. It would require me to either take a train back or an Uber back or walk. But it would be
no, you wouldn't walk.
Yeah,
that'd be too far.
Walk. Yeah, it's out of walking range really. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not every single night, but I would say it's like 6 out of the 7 nights. Like it's like yeah, it's like most nights. And it's not that we had this discussion where it's like, and now we sleep together every night. It's just kind of like a routine that we fell into, and I really like it. I especially like it, of course, when it's at my apartment in my space. It's a lot easier for me. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, it's fun to me. You know, if we have an event or if I get all my work done, it's almost like a reward to be like, okay, now I get to go hang out with my boyfriend, like watch an episode of TV or I read and then I go to bed. Like it's not even, it's more so just to be together at that point. And then we have like date nights and stuff that's like planned separately than that, or like with activities. And yeah, I feel like it just naturally kind of fell into that routine. Going into a relationship, I didn't expect it to be that way for me. I always saw myself as like a really, really independent person. I was like, I want my space, but I think that we just enjoy our time together so much that that's just the way that it's gone. And not to be like, I enjoy my time more than other people that don't, but it's circumstantially, we don't live super close. We both live alone too. I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, he's with his roommates tonight, like he's with the boys. Like, well, exactly. Like we're both alone. I'm like, all right, I mean, we're both alone. Let's be alone together.
No, definitely. Yeah. Like, I think, well, also like a lot of Ryan, like a big part of Ryan's social life is his roommates, you know? Totally. So like I want him to be able to like have those times, and like we have so many things on the weekdays too, like events and stuff. So like, you know,
yeah, I don't think that there's one way or like when people, that's another thing. Like it's not like one of us is correct. No, there is no right or wrong. It's whatever works circumstantially best. And like, yeah, I just also like feel like I could also be somewhat alone with him. Like I don't feel weird vlogging with him in the other room. I don't feel weird, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and you'll like read, and you said he'll do something else.
He'll play like his Switch and I'll read. Like we're able to do separate things but like be together, and I'm happy with that. And the day that it starts to be like a problem or whatever, like I guess that will be addressed.
And you'll address it.
Yeah, exactly.
But for now it's good. No, I'm curious to see how that switches for Ryan and I. If we, well, he's definitely moving, and I might be moving.
Yeah.
so I know we'll never live as close as we do now. So I'm curious to see, like, I hope it'll change, because then it's not like, oh, it can just pop over for the night, you know, like it would be more of like, let's like, you know, it'll be more of me probably sleeping there and having to bring it back and stuff. I'm so selfish. I love him to come to me.
No, trust me, I get it.
If he lived alone, it'd be different. But, and also one of his roommates, like my friend from high school, you know, like.
Yeah, well, I get it.
I love.
Well, I get it. Also, if they share a bathroom, then like you're like, oh,
I'm using that bathroom.
I get it.
You've got a good setup.
No, I definitely. It's nice. But then, I mean, we could discuss, like, a lot of people are like, you know, moving plans. Like, when are you moving in with? A lot of people want to know, like, if we're moving in with our boyfriends. Like, so many questions about that. Yeah, I'm re-signing, like, on my own. He re-signed on his own, and for me, it would be like something that I'd discuss like next year, only because, like I said, we spend so many nights together. I think a lot of couples in New York or major cities tend to move in faster too, because obviously the rent's expensive. You're paying in transportation and time to get one place to another. So I don't know. I see all sides of the
Ryan
issue.
and I said we'll reevaluate next fall, like next lease, not this one, but next. So we'll see.
Yeah,
that's terrifying, but
yeah,
we'll see. Oh yeah, I see you wrote down moving with boy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Fighting. Well, there's a lot of boyfriend questions, but
we'll get them out of the way.
Yeah, we'll get them out of the way. Do we like? How do you handle fights with a significant other / how do you like get over the awkwardness, I guess, post fight?
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. Ryan and I don't really fight, but like the other day he said something that really pissed me off, and we were just like in the car together, and I was like, what do I do? I'm queen of silent treatment. I just like look away and off out into the window, because I just need to like cool off, because like like he said something he didn't mean to be mean, but like it hurt my feelings, and it's just more of like I stay quiet until like he'll apologize. So that's that, but we don't really like fight. Like, we haven't had a really big fight. We've had a big fight, like, once. That's when I told you about it. But other than that, like, no. So
yeah, we don't. I haven't had any big fights. I mean, but I wouldn't even say that we disagree on, like, too much to the point that it would be, like, a problem. Like, it's more of just,
like a tiff. Like, or if you have, like, an awkward conversation where, like, one of you have to compromise.
Yes,
and it's like, I think just, like, taking a minute to like cool off.
That's good advice versus just reacting, because I'm such a reactor. Like I'll be like,
sweetie, it's getting all over the place.
I'm like, I want to talk about it now. Like you just pissed me off or whatever. But then there's pros and cons, I guess, of doing that.
No, I definitely will say something to make sure. But then I can't just like personally. I can't, like, I'm not like a grudge holder, but like. He was like, I'm sorry, and then he just wanted to keep talking, and I was like, no, I'm like still like upset, like I just need to, then I just look off.
See, I'm like, I want to rehash and like I'm like, let's no, but going back to what you said, like,
I do that too, sometimes, you know,
but we don't. I have, like, knock on wood, I haven't. Oh my god, I don't want to. No, we don't fight. I don't know, because I actually have like kind of like theories on this, because I've talked to my parents about this. I'm like, oh, we don't fight. Like, is that weird? And they're like, no, that's good. Like, we don't fight, you know. And I don't know.
Your parents are a great relationship, honestly, to like look to. No, I know, because then you hear in some podcasts like, if you're not fighting, like you're not a good couple, and I'm like, well, shit.
I don't know if I agree with that advice. Once again, situationally, and obviously, like, the scale of fighting depends. Like, are you fighting over like what show to watch, or are you fighting over like, you know, like major like conflict issues, like how you treated someone's friend or whatever? Like,
I don't know. I guess it's up to you. It's in your hands.
Yeah, I don't think that that's like a necessarily like, if you don't have conflict, it's a problem. Like I especially when it's,
as long as you're communicating properly. Like if you're not fighting because there's stuff you want to talk about and you're just not, that doesn't count. It's more of like, you're still speaking your word. He's speaking what he wants. And totally,
I'm not being a doormat. Like I don't think that.
No. Then I think we're good, right?
Yeah. I feel like fighting really comes about when it's like, you know, there are other major factors, like, maybe you are living together, you have kids, like things that are like significant, you know, like, I'm like, life is pretty light and easy right now, knock on wood. Like, I'm good. So
it's not like super
high tense
dynamic.
Yes.
Update on our assistant, Caroline.
So many people wanted to know about this.
Yeah, she still works for us.
She does. We don't show her in the vlogs. I just realized my dress is riding up, so hopefully.
Remember that one time you were wearing the shorts? I've worn shorts too, and it's like literally underwear by the time we're done recording.
I hate that, so I wore a comfy dress today. She's great. She does everything, not everything, but a lot of stuff she does for us is virtually now. So we don't have to see her too much.
Yeah, like when we have merch photo shoots, she'll come and be there and take behind the scenes. She's not like our assistant. She's our like content creator basically. So she'll do all the TikToks you guys see. She takes the cuts. She'll send us ideas like, I thought this part was really funny, like, do you guys want to post this? And we'll say, oh yeah, or like, oh maybe like let's do this one, and then she cuts them, edits them, everything, and kind of just anything else we need help with. She also has like her own like day job as well, so she's a gal on the go herself. I literally miss her so much that we need to see her soon.
I know
She's so great. She is the best.
That's another example of life gets busy, but there's no like she's
no
still
bad blood.
like she still is doing the weekly stuff. It's just we haven't done like a dinner or anything in a while. I guess.
Exactly.
So that actually makes sense. She's great though.
Yeah. Favorite podcast right now?
I know you said you've been listening to a lot. So you go first.
I'll list. I've been like, I go on and off of like podcasts and music, but right now I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. Started listening to the Lady Gang again. Lady Gang. I just have been liking listening to podcasts that like are chatty, and like I just can like, I like learning things from podcasts too, but sometimes when I'm just living alone, especially when you're just, you know, folding laundry or cleaning, I just want to, you know, feel like I'm with some people. Girls Gotta Eat, been loving. We Met at Acme, Morning Toast, Note to Self by Peyton Sarton. Her voice is so soothing. We Met at Acme, did I already say that? Match Made in Manhattan has been like my favorite podcast. They didn't release an episode last week, and I was like, guys, where is this? It's our friends Katie, Colby, and Adam, and I don't know why. I think it's because we're their friends, but also it's interesting hearing 3 different perspectives, and like, I don't know. I just think it's really entertaining, and they talk about New York things. So
totally.
Those are the ones I've been listening to a lot. Oh, and Not Skinny But Not Fat.
Yeah,
it's another like. It's so funny. I don't think I'm a huge pop culture girly, but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts that talk about pop culture. Yeah, so that's what Not Skinny But Not Fat does. But it's just kind of mindless. Listens. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I don't know. I enjoy it.
I have been loving You Up. I always love it, but I actually like. I don't know if like our sense of humor connect. Like I just audibly laugh out loud. Like I think he's so funny. Like he'll just make jokes,
Jared.
But then they like banter off each other. I'm like, wow, why am I like? I was in my car the other day like laughing. I was like, am I okay?
That's
like
the best when you find yourself laughing out loud.
Yes. And it's about dating, but the jokes and everything that they make, like I don't necessarily listen to it like for the hardcore advice, but more for like the entertainment. Oh
yeah, I listen to so many dating podcasts, but it's more of like you get advice for your relationship through them, and it's just entertaining as heck.
Yeah, I agree. I try to listen to some news podcasts. I like NPR Up First. Like it's like literally 12 minutes a day. So like if I'm like, all right, I need to know like what's going on in the world, like that's kind of like one that I go to. And then I agree. I like all of our friends' podcasts.
I heard this one, Gals on the Go. Really, really good. It's these 2 girls living in New York City talking about their life in their mid-20s.
It's really fun. It's really like, fun. Good old like gals chat.
Yeah, I love.
Oh my God. Speaking of which, I sent you a blurb of it, but in the book that I was reading, there was like this whole blurb of like, it was someone from like, it was like a flashback from the 80s or something. And it was like someone was recalling like the word gals, and they were like, why would they use the word gals? That sounds so matronly and old. And like I sent the blurb to Danielle. I was like, Ellen's coming for us. Like,
no, literally. Yes. I'm also like starting to feel a little bit more like a millennial these days. Like I'm not like in the years, but like on the Lady Gang, they were talking about, well, I guess I do. Okay. They're talking about how the teapot poses out, or the teacup where you put your hand on your hip, which I don't really do.
You don't do that.
Yeah, no. Okay, bad example, but they were just talking about something to think of it. How the new pose, they called it the T-Rex, where you put your hands like, which I do. No, I know. But then I've been doing the side part recently, and someone said I love you, Danielle, but it's a little millennial. But like, you know, I'll still do it sometimes because I like it. And then something else someone said, and I was like, oh my, like saying gals. Like, I don't know, certain things I'm like, am I millennial? Like, you know what I mean? Like we are a little bit older than the Gen Zers.
We definitely are. I mean, I'll even call myself out. I'm like, I'm a sucker for like all of these like millennial brands or whatever.
Yeah. Like I didn't realize like millennials have it tough. They're just called choosy as a whole. It really sucks.
Yeah, they're lazy.
It was just a random thought I had. That was just funny hearing the teacup versus
that's very
T-Rex pose.
That's a good one.
Dream honeymoon destination.
Ooh.
For me, like basic Bora Bora. I
felt like I knew that was coming.
I mean, that's just like, when else would you do that? Like, unless you went like on a brand trip, I guess.
No, I agree. I want to be whatever it is, I want to be parked up at a resort. And I don't want to think about anything for like however long it is. Like,
yeah, because it'll just been so stressful.
I love Europe. Like there's beautiful music. I want to go back to Europe so soon. But like, if I'm like running around, like taking pictures at all these, like, no, I want to be like parked up.
Like
I want a reserved beach chair.
Poolside service, cabana.
I want my food to be delivered right to me, and I just want to sit and read my books and relax.
Yeah, and hang out with your husband.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like get dressed at night for dinner, and that's about it.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. So somewhere, I feel like you could do that in Bora Bora. Like that's what you do.
Yeah, you get like a little villa. I mean, it's so expensive, but you save up and you go. I don't know. I it's really basic at this point. Well, it's not really basic. Like not a lot of people do it. You're very fortunate to be able to go, but it's just like I feel like going to Bora Bora is a very special thing that you should save for something like that.
Yeah.
So,
what's your opinion on like? Have you been seeing this trend? Like people are doing like mini moons.
I have.
We're not really in like the wedding era yet, so it's like hard to really
well
say.
I've seen it, and obviously some people can't. There's a difference between going on a mini moon and that's your one honeymoon because you aren't able with work and like money, everything. But then when I see people do mini moons and there's like another one, baby moon, and baby moon's a thing, that I don't understand.
Or push present. Have you heard that?
No.
That's like what your husband's supposed to get you like after you have the kid. It's like, oh, like he got me this beautiful diamond necklace as a push present.
Because I pushed out the baby.
Is that kind of funny?
I've never heard that.
I just feel like
is that new?
I think so. Like we have too many
gifts to keep up with.
Yeah, too many trips, too many gifts. Do less.
See what happens. Less effort. See what happens. That's actually really interesting. I mean, what are your opinions on it?
The mini moon or the
mini moon?
I understand why you do it because it's like, yeah, you're like so hectic after your wedding. Then like the thought of like packing and going on a crazy trip. But like, I just feel like you say you're going to do a honeymoon then and then you never actually do. So you have to like do it. Like if you're going to do it, do it.
The spark. It's like, we're on a honeymoon. We got married last year. I mean, obviously COVID different if you had like a little COVID wedding. But I think there's real weddings happening now.
Also, like your mini moon could be your honeymoon. I feel like we put so much emphasis on.
Yeah, just make that the honeymoon. Like
why does it to say like it has to be this big elaborate thing? Like,
it
does not. Like you don't have to travel the world in 90 days. Like you could literally take a week. I don't know why. And it's also like how much time do you take off? I see these people that take like a 2-week. I would lose my mind if I was on a 2-week honeymoon. I'd be like, I have to get back.
No,
like,
like you need to get back to the real world. No, I know that's definitely an interesting era of life. I liked this question. Is it tense when one of you gets invited to an event the other doesn't get invited to?
I definitely not tense. That's definitely not like the word choice that I would use because 9 times out of 10 we take each other as a +1 or we offer it up first. We'll be like, hey, I got invited to this. Did you get it? Oh, cool. Like I'll bring you. Slash, do we even want to both go to it? I feel like
a lot of times she like. We'll take each other.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, I got invited. Yeah. Like it's not a big deal.
I feel like we get first dibs like almost on each other and then it's like, oh, okay. Like, but we also read the room. If it's like a couples event, obviously we'll bring, like our significant other or whatever. Yeah. But then, I guess I didn't bring you on the trip, but that wasn't.
No, I wasn't offended. Like I couldn't, good. Like I was doing summer in the city. No, it definitely does not like.
Okay, good.
I don't think I feel like we just are chill. We just communicate.
I completely agree. I feel like we are just 9 times out of 10 we also both get invited. I feel like it's really, really rare that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very convenient that like people know us as the gals because then it doesn't really affect us too much.
And then it will be like, or if one of us is invited, it's like, oh, like we want her to bring her podcast partner. It's like, okay, well, why didn't you just send her the email too? Like it gets literally funny sometimes. Yeah, or a lot of times these companies will say, or PR agencies will be like, do you have anyone else like in the city like that you think we should invite? Yeah. So. Yeah. And it's like, oh, we've got the gal.
The gal.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but like, I feel like we always get questions on like birth control and the things related to that. And I understand why we do because we're like, in our 20s and like we're in relationships and we're like open about that, obviously. So, I mean, I've been pretty consistently on the pill and
Me too.
I love her.
I love her so much. I recently have been hearing people say they're like just got off of birth control for whatever reason and their skin's acting up, which is terrifying because I went on birth control initially because I was on Accutane and my specific dermatologist required me to like go on birth control. So I've just kind of been on ever since. And I like actually not recently, like in the last few years, I was like, maybe I should get off of it. 'Cause I just I don't love being on medicine. If I didn't have to. And she was like, honestly, if you get off of it, your skin will probably like not be as great.
Yeah.
So, and my skin, I've been like really happy with my skin the last few years. So I'm kind of like, I don't really want to risk, and it's great for other reasons too. But yeah. So I'm on Sprintec.
I'm on low estrin FE or Fee. Yeah,
but it's so different for everybody. Like, talk to your doctor.
Totally.
And, like,
I got switched to I will say I did get switched to generic for a little bit, and it was like not a good like month for me. I was like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
So now I'm like paying like it would be free if I were on generic with my health insurance, but I'm like paying for this one because I've been on her for a while. I trust her. I know her.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
so I feel like it's a journey. Like, it really is a journey of like figuring out what's right for you, and don't just listen to your friends. That's also my advice. Like, everyone, you know, like now all my friends are switching to IUDs, and I'm like, that's great for you guys, but like just because it's like trendy and cool, like I'm not going to interrupt like what's working for me and what's been working for me. I feel like we do that as a society. Like, we'll be like, oh, like the armband, like now you can get the armband, like let's all go get it. It's like, no, like just talk to your doctor and do what's right for you.
I so agree. It's like, oh, like that's what everyone's doing now. Like, I feel like I should. Like, no, I don't desire that in me at all. No, like, no offense to anybody else. It's just not feel comfortable to me.
Yeah.
And this is working, and my hormones are in regulation. So
exactly. And it's all decisions that you make with your doctor. And it might be trial and error too, which I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. That you might try one pill or you might try one method of birth control, be like, get this out of me, and like that is normal too. Like, it is
definitely
a journey.
I've done different birth controls. I like had to switch. Like, things.
Totally. Yeah. Should we do one more to wrap it up?
I know. I was trying to find one. I just couldn't find one that was a good wrapper up. Or not that birth control is a good wrapper up.
No. I like this one. Like, kind of the disadvantages to living in NYC, especially because we've both been like romanticizing the hell out of it because it's a great place. But what do you find as some, if any, of the cons and beyond? Is your dress over?
I think my dress is about to bust open. So just talk for a second.
For me, sorry.
Did you see that happen? When I looked down, I was like, oh, it's about to open up. I looked up, I was like, is she noticing?
For me, the disadvantage is, I mean, besides the obvious, the cost, and this is because we live in downtown Manhattan, one of the most expensive neighborhoods, and like the rising just costs of everything, you know, it's everything. Real estate, meals, drinks, just everything here is expensive, of course. I would say, I mean, I have a car now, but it's not an accessible way to really get around. But we do have a great trains and public transportation system. We have ferries, we have bikes. Yeah, there's a lot of options, I would say, for transportation. So I wouldn't list that as one of the issues, but I would say just kind of like. But then again, we live close to airports and stuff. Because I was going to say accessibility in terms of an issue, but I'm comparing it to, I guess, other cities where I feel like you can zip to the suburbs like more easily. But I guess in other cities they have traffic too. Like, I don't know. No,
like, honestly, I think the biggest disadvantage is the cost, because we do have lots of ways to transportate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Goodbye, Danielle. I do miss driving a lot. Like, I miss it so much. Like, I wish I could just drive to, you know, run my errands, because sometimes you just don't want to walk, you know.
But even with a car, the parking situation doesn't accommodate for that. Like, now I have my car, but I'm like, I'm not going to drive it. People are like, you could go drive it to grocery shop. I'm like, but then I have to find a spot there, which would basically be equivalent to my spot that I park it in already.
Yeah, exactly.
If I have to go that far already. So
like, why would I do that?
It's inefficient.
I think the biggest disadvantage is the cost and maybe a little bit transportation, but obviously we have so many other transportation options. But other than that, like, we're two gals that want to live in New York City and really love it. And I was talking to someone the other day, and she was like, it's amazing about New York City because most people that live here, at least like in our demographic, like our friends, our community, want to be here. It's not like they're forced, like, oh, I've got to move to New York City, you know.
So
like,
true.
Obviously not, you know, specific people, and like people that work at restaurants, like obviously they're coming in from out of, you know, town, whatever, and they don't have options. But we we do.
Yeah.
And we choose to live here. So everyone's like so happy to be here. And I think if you want to live here, there's not too many disadvantages other than, you know, like the groceries and stuff like that. But it almost like you're down to do it.
Yeah.
Because you want to live here so
yeah.
bad.
And I would say space, of course, like, I mean, we both live in more than abundantly comfortable apartments.
Yeah.
But I would just say generally from what I've seen with my friends, you know, they have to get a twin bed to fit it in their bedroom or whatever it is.
Like
I
literally
would
loft
say,
their bed, like college, stuff like that. And but also on the note of nature, like obviously, we don't walk outside and like there's birds chirping, but there's so many parks in the city, like, and you can go out to out east and whatever if you want. Like there's a lot of, you know, there's Vermont, there's all these places you can drive to that are really
New
close
York
by.
State as a whole is an amazing place.
It's
like we have
so
such
beautiful.
range. We have farms. We have literally New York City. We have the suburbs. We
New
have
England right here. You know, there's. I don't think it's that bad, you know? Yeah. We also get a lot of questions like, do you feel safe in the city right now?
Yeah.
I definitely, there's days I don't feel as safe, but I think it's just knowing your surroundings, you know, having things in place for you. Like if you want to have, you know, whatever, pepper spray, whatever it may be.
Being hyper aware. I mean, obviously, do I feel safer when I'm like walking late at night with my boyfriend versus alone? Completely.
1,000%.
But there's been times when I you know, it's like, all right, I have to.
Yeah. Stay on the phone with somebody, whatever.
Walk on a busy road. Don't walk on a quiet road by yourself. Like I've definitely done that at night where I'm like, whoa, there's not a single soul on this road. But most roads in New York are busy because it's a busy city and it's lively and everything.
Feels better when you're on like
a
busier street. So, I mean, obviously neither of us feel super uncomfortable that we'd leave. So I think it's just preference, honestly.
Completely. And being aware and comfort levels and everything. I think it's a great city. I mean, honestly, I miss it when I'm gone. Like that's how I know that I'm in the right city for me right now. Cause I'm like, I'll be like on the line. I'll be like, damn, I really want like the city. I need the city energy right now. Like I need to be able to like walk to my places and like whatever. But that's also not for everybody. Like living in a city that's like that, you know, versus, I don't know what I could compare it to. Like, I guess like a Dallas maybe where it's maybe not so much a downtown scene. I guess there is a downtown Dallas. That's not a good comparison, but like LA, besides just downtown.
New York's unique. I gotta say, it's hard to compare it to something else, and it's not for everybody. But we love it here.
Way more pros than cons.
Way more pros than cons, personally.
But you gotta come and see first.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
It's full.
It's full. Please don't take any more apartments. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, we're joking.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that was a good one. I think we covered a lot of stuff. Yeah,
we covered a lot of stuff, and hope you guys enjoyed. There's certain things like I said today. I was like, oh, that's really vulnerable to like say for like thousands and thousands of people to hear. But
I'm proud of you.
It's important, I think.
It is because there's so many guys and gals that listen to the show that really aren't hearing this from other places, you know, or maybe they are, but like I feel like we say it like a friend would say it. I don't know.
It's so true. Also, happy Pride Month.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sad. I think like the Pride Parade is happening this weekend and I won't be here.
Yeah, it is.
There's like all kinds of cool stuff happening. It's so cool. Like we were on the boat last night, like seeing like all the buildings that have their rainbow lights. It's really special. It's really cool. The city is so supportive.
It is.
We love New York.
New York.
Empire State of Mind.
Danielle loves New York.
She does. Love you guys. We love you.
We love you. Thanks for supporting. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, follow at Gals on the Go podcast on Instagram, of course, and let us know how you liked today's episode on our recent post.
Please
love
do.
You guys.
Love you guys. Mwah. Kisses.
Bye.